Hey everyone, today I'll be talking to you about the Sony ZV-E10, and I've had this camera for a year now. I've been experimenting with it. I've been checking all the reviews online about it, and so I know a lot about this camera, and I know there's a lot of reviews out there. If you want to get into the detail, there's a lot more content out there with a lot of creators that talk about it, and a lot of useful stuff out there. But today I'm not talking about this. I'm going to be only talking about if it still makes sense to keep this camera, buy it, or invest in it in 2024 or not. So I'm gonna save you guys a lot of time, money, and hassle and jump right into it and let you know. Let's start with why the ZV-E10 became such a hit, especially for beginners. The affordability for me was the number one thing. Super easy to use, and it gives you great video quality for the price. Honestly, like if you're just starting out, it's hard to beat this camera. It's kind of like best bang for the buck. The autofocus is awesome. You won't have to worry about blurry shots, and the flip out screen is perfect for filming yourself. So no stress, no complicated settings, just hit record. And I see a lot of creators online who still love this camera for those exact reasons. And you know what, at the same time, it's like a pro camera. If you want to go through those settings, I usually just use the intelligent recording mode, and you know what, I've been doing that for a while. But let's jump to why it falls and it lacks in the other cameras in 2024. But here's where it gets a little tricky. We're in 2024. There's a lot of cameras out there. The ZV-E10 compared to the rest is starting to show its age. And the biggest issue is that there's no body stabilization. Yes, I know a lot of people talk about this and they're like, that's probably not a big deal because the price you're paying for it, you could always put it on a gimbal or something. But you know what? I don't want to buy another big, huge gimbal and put this phone on top and walk around like as if I'm holding some sort of separate machine. The camera is good, but the stabilization lags way behind. If you're shooting handheld, your footage can get pretty shaky, and if you're moving the camera too fast, you'll notice that annoying jello effect. Everything looks wobbly. I've seen a lot of people online complain about this issue, and honestly, it's the main reason I'm thinking about upgrading. Right now, for me, stabilization is key, especially if you're filming on the go. But if you're someone that just is stationary, this could be the good camera for just vlogging or something like that. So what else is aged? The 4K 30 frame per second. Right now, the new cameras out there, they're all switching to 60 frame per second. In 2024, you might want to invest in more of a smoother shot. So that's why you might have to jump from 4K 30 to 4K 60 frame per second. So what else is out there? Well, for a bit of money, cameras like the Sony A6700 or Fujifilm X-T4 are looking like a strong contenders. They've got in-body stabilization, which is a huge deal if you're doing a lot of handheld shooting. No more shaky footage, no more weird wobbles. And while they're pricier, of course, they're better suited for creators who want to push their content further. If you're not quite there yet, the ZV-E10 is best bang for its buck. It's still a solid choice, especially if you can find a deal on Facebook Market or something like that, or find a deal online. So why I'm switching, for me, it's just time to move on. I've loved using the ZV-E10, but I'm at a point where I need more from my gear. The lack of stabilization is becoming a bigger issue for me, honestly. If you're just starting out and can grab this camera on sale, then go for it. It's still a great deal. But for what I know, more stability, better video features, I'm making the switch to something like the A6700. There's also the Pocket 3, DJI Pocket 3 out there, and that also comes with the great stabilization. And if you're new to content creation, the Sony ZV-E10 can still be a fantastic camera, especially if you're sticking to vlogs or sit-down videos. But if you're thinking about filming more dynamic stuff, walking around, capturing fast movement, you might want to look at newer options. There are better cameras out there that offer more features, especially when it comes to stability. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you sticking with the ZV-E10? Are you going to invest in it? Are you going to buy a new one or sell yours? Or are you thinking about upgrading? And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if this helped you out. See you in the next one. Thank you, guys.